So the Railjack update has been out for a little over a week now, and I've finally caught up on all of the changes and everything Railjack 3.0 related. I finally finished all of the Corpus Railjack mission nodes. I don't know, is this 3.0 or is it 2.0? What version of Railjack are we on right now? I've kind of lost track. It's Railjack Revisited anyway, the first part of it, with the second part dropping with the Call of the Tempestari update in the middle of next month. Now, what do I think of the changes? That's a question I've been asked a lot since I have kind of slowed down on videos, so I'm going to just get right to it. Some of the changes I like, some I don't. Overall, I've not really been a big fan of Railjack since its initial release, which I've mentioned a few times, but some of the changes I do really enjoy. The gameplay feels fluid, much better than it was a month ago. The ship's audio on movement, on you shooting on the enemy ships is incredible as well. The ship itself is easier to manage because they have downsized the interior, so you don't have as many levels to run and jump in between. The crew members that you can hire with the command intrinsic are absolute beasts and help take out enemy ships, and of course deal with boarding parties relatively easily. I think I've got one crewmate called Chalk and one that has Butt in its name, so that helped, I guess, give you a giggle while fighting off enemy ships. The intrinsics themselves still feel not really worth it for most of the part for the level 10 perks, especially the gunner one, but as fluid as the missions are right now, and as nice all of the improvements are as well, the game mode itself still feels very kind of disconnected or directionless. Imagine warping into a warzone mission between Corpus and Grenier at the same time, or some kind of massive ship, or a Corpus relay station at the centre. That's what I was kind of expecting, or that's what we were originally shown in relation to Railjack, in terms of we were going to get into a big battle and there was going to be objectives for you to do outside the ship and also inside the ship. So 2 players would be inside an enemy ship while 2 players would be outside, and you would both be doing objectives at the same time. Or if Squad Link had have worked as it was originally hinted at as well, where players would be on a planet while you are in a Railjack and you both would have to do the same thing. Now overall, that's what I feel like is missing, something like that. Maybe the introduction of the capital ships with the liches next month will be that linchpin that Railjack missions are missing. Maybe the normal missions right now being sandwiched in the middle of these Railjack missions kind of breaks up that gameplay, breaks up that fluid kind of thing that you're enjoying. As the community has already pointed out over the last week, without I guess me saying it as well, is that Railjack right now feels more like a giant space taxi with guns on the front of it, going from mission to mission while taking down a few defense turrets or a few shield arrays before eventually boarding the normal mission and then warping back to the Railjack when that defense objective or the volatile mission is complete. Before all of this, all we could do with Railjack was those skirmish missions, which, let's be realistic, were boring as all hell, but surely we could have had something else added into Railjack, a different type of Railjack mission, and not just having a normal mission sandwiched in there as well. Or is it that the community dislikes the Railjack game mode that much that the developers thought narrowing it down to a small bit of Railjack and more of a normal mission in the centre of it was going to be the best course of action? I don't know. The Railjack modding window for the harness also, I'm not really a fan of them adding that. I kind of felt like it should have been kept the way it was. I don't think everything needs to have a modding window, but I can see why they did it, I guess, for ease of access for new players to understand what everything is. The idea, however, that my previous Railjack build, which cost 0 forma, now costs me at least 1 forma to get all of the mods on, as well as a lot of endo to level up all of those mods, feels like that might have been a monetary decision. It mightn't have been a business decision. Another item that needs forma, which of course some players will just go out and buy for platinum or real money. It definitely feels that this is, I guess, the future of Warframe. They've already mentioned on a previous dev stream last Friday bringing more normal missions across into Railjack, and I know some of you have said that you'd be quite happy with them removing Arcwing missions in favour of Railjack ones, but don't be surprised if we got a Star Chart 4.0 or 5.0 with Railjack taking over, where your normal mission nodes would be at the centre and you would basically just fly in between them with Railjack, and that would be, I guess, what would bring all of the planets or all of those, I guess, empty islands that we have right now together, would be that Railjack, because right now it feels like they've put too much time and too much effort into Railjack to just outright abandon it. Now that's how I feel about Railjack right now. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of it, if you're enjoying it or not, and as always, thanks for watching.